Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hey, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, but you are muted.
Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me, Janvi.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Let's turn on. Yes. Hi, Nisrita. My sister. Hi. Nisrita is my sister because she's also Telugu. Who are you fighting with, Tejas? My God, look at Tejas. Tejas, who are you fighting with? Gosh, who are you
Yes,
fighting
ma'am.
with?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं, मैं मेरे रूममेट से बात
अच्छा, इतना
कर रहा
प्यार
था।
रूममेट से. Hi, Arushi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Yuvraj. Okay, that's better. Vishal? Vishal looking like a rapper. Let's turn on the camera. Hello, Santana.
मैं भी थोड़ा बाहर हूँ तो थोड़ी देर में कैमरा ऑन करूंगा.
अरे भाई.
Ma'am,
Okay,
am I
sir.
audible?
Yes, you are, Santana. Order
Ma'am,
देख रहे हो विशाल का?
my Santana Krishna, ma'am. Yeah,
Sorry?
Santana Krishna, ma'am.
Oh, you want me to say the full name? Santana is not enough?
Santana Krishna.
Santana Krishna. Okay, I'll
Krishna.
just call you SK. Man. विशाल को देखा गाइस? अभी मैं बाहर हूँ, बाद में ऑन करूंगा. ठीक है?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Srishti? Where is Srishti? She came and went. Oh yeah? Oh my gosh, Srishti has turned on her camera today, guys. Srishti has turned. Mute. Hi,
Ma'am,
man.
today I shifted my place. That's why.
Okay.
Earlier I was in non-network area.
Oh, where were you?
Ma'am, earlier I was here only in my hostel, but there were very low network.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Manpreet Kaur, good evening. I am good. Thank you for asking. How are you? And you can also unmute yourself. Okay. Good to see you guys.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Tanya. Okay, guys. Let's turn on the cameras. Okay. Rihanna is also here. Oh, Tanya, what happened? Today you look very tired. What's wrong?
मैम आज मेरा इंटरव्यू था
किस चीज का?
ब्रांच स्ट्रेटजीज से रिलेटेड ग्रोथ एग्जीक्यूटिव का.
What's that again? Branch?
ब्रांच स्ट्रेटजीज और ग्रोथ एग्जीक्यूटिव.
Growth executive. Okay, Manpreet. Branch. What's the word after branch?
ब्रांच स्ट्रेटजीज.
Branch strategies and growth executive.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
sort of like business development?
It was like marketing and IT mixture.
How did it go?
It was really good.
It was really good. Why have you turned your camera off?
Ma'am, because when I turn on my camera, my voice is not clear.
Oh, okay. Good evening, Manjar. So, do you think you'll get the job?
But ma'am, I don't want to work in that.
Yeah, marketing is very difficult also.
Because ma'am, I'm mainly interested in finance, so I work in finance related company.
Okay. So I think once everyone joins us, maybe you can tell us what all they asked you in the interview.
Firstly, they will ask my for introduction, a quick about 2-3 lines for introduction. Then they ask about the brand strategies. What is that? And then they will ask कि why are you capable of doing that job, such a job? Then उन्होंने उसमें से घुमा घुमा के फिर 2-3 क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया.
Acha, एक second. Good evening, Ravi. So when they asked you about branch strategy, what did you say?
It was all related to market, like targeting, segmenting, and creating USP for the product in the market, for selling the product in the market with the use of IT. So
What,
I need to make brand strategies for that.
no, what was your
Okay.
answer?
उस टाइम पे याद नहीं आ रहा क्या बोला था.
Acha. And the next question
मैम
was?
पता है क्या, अचानक आया था मैम. मेरा ना जैसे कि रिज्यूम गया था तो अचानक आया था जो, तो मैं प्रिपेयर नहीं थी उस चीज के बारे में.
Okay, चलो कुछ नहीं होता. Let me
अच्छा नहीं हुआ,
prepare.
अच्छा नहीं हुआ, मेरे को जाना भी नहीं था उस स्ट्रीम में.
अच्छा, चलो ठीक है. It's good for experience though, right?
Yes, ma'am. Sir बहुत strict थे.
हाँ ऐसे ही होता है guys. Sometimes you get good interviewers like me, and sometimes you get very strict interviewers. And you know there are some interviewers who are sadistic. Who can tell me the meaning of sadistic? SK, what's the meaning of sadistic?
I don't know, ma'am.
Nobody knows? Tejas? What is
Ma'am?
the meaning of sadistic?
Sadistic is what?
Sadistic?
Sadistic, it's a type of mindset that people grow with in their own self कि हाँ वो lonely रहना चाहते हैं, या फिर वो ऐसे ही sort of अकेले और मतलब ऐसे दिमाग से बोल सकते हैं. Sadistic यानी कि हाँ वो lonely feel करते हैं, बहुत sad रहते हैं, sad song सुनते हैं और वो दूसरों को भी तकलीफ पहुंचाना चाहते हैं.
ओके चलो एक चीज तो सही बोल दी गाइस एंड में जाके, बाकी सब गलत था. सो what he described earlier was a loner. A loner is a person who likes to be he's like, yeah, you're right. So a loner is a person who likes to be alone. But the last thing that I said, दूसरों को तकलीफ पहुंचाना चाहते हैं. Yes, Farhat, very good. So you can, Farhat, you can also unmute yourself and give the answers. So a sadistic person is somebody who enjoys torturing other people or giving pain to other people. So sadistic is generally associated with psychotic people, serial killers, murderers, people who like torturing other people. So if you've seen movies, bad movies like the Saw series or the Hostel series, these are
Do
really,
you
really
know
bad.
about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, something like that. Texas Chainsaw. These movies are called gory movies. Gory matlab not,
Gore.
huh?
Gore.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, my
Gore.
mic is on.
So this gore, it means blood, and gory means bloody movies. It doesn't mean gaon ki gori. It means bloody movies. And such movies like Saw, Hostel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they are actually called, I'm not gonna use the word, but they are called gore porn, basically. So such movies are meant for people who have sadistic tendency, because why would a normal person enjoy seeing somebody get tortured, right? Normal people would not like that, right? I remember when I was very young when the movie Hostel came out, and there is one scene in Hostel, and by the way guys, these movies are based on real practices, real people who actually pay for these things. So it's a reality. Yes, Tejas.
Do you know about movie Raj Sasan?
Shasan.
राज शासन टी. इसका एक
Raj.
हिंदी रीमेक भी बना था, वो कठपुतली, अक्षय कुमार वाला.
Okay, I don't know.
उसमें क्रिस्टोफर नाम का जो लड़का रहता है, जिसके साथ बचपन में मतलब उसको एक लड़की पसंद होती है, बट वो लड़की उसे पसंद नहीं करती है. तो उसकी मम्मी और वो लड़का मिलकर उसका खून कर देता है, और फिर जब वो बड़ा होते जाता है तो उसका माइंडसेट ऐसे हो जाता है. और उसका प्लस पॉइंट ये रहता है कि वो मैजिशियन रहता है, तो वो
Oh.
फूल करके लड़कियों को मारते रहता है, टीनेज लड़कियों को.
Yeah, so there are a lot of like serial killer movies, psychotic movies and things like that. But basically, these movies are based on real events and real people, and these things happen in reality. But why would somebody enjoy that? Like, why would you want to watch somebody get tortured? That's why these movies are called, like gore porn. But anyway, a sadist is a person who enjoys inflicting pain on others. Now it can be physical pain also, but normally we call any person sadistic who enjoys troubling other people or making them uncomfortable. So when I said that some interviewers are sadistic, what I mean is that some people can't handle power. Okay, so some people, when they're giving some sort of authority or power, they'll be like, okay, now you wait and see how I grill you. Some people are like that, you can't help that. So sometimes you will get very bad interviewers also. So Yuvraj, is that your sister? Who is it?
She's ma'am, I'm in the home in the village, so she's my mom, and my father is also
Oh,
there.
nice. I like your home. Very rustic.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Where's your village?
Ma'am, he's a UP Sultanpur.
Sultanpur. Okay, okay. Very nice. All right, guys. So, guys, if you are at home and there's like somebody is there, your parents or your siblings or somebody, it's okay. I'm also at home. So it's absolutely normal. Don't get embarrassed about that. But keep your cameras on and let's talk, okay? Guys, those of you who have your cameras off, very good, Khushi. Yeah. So those of you who have your cameras off, know that your attendance will not be marked, okay? So keep your cameras on so that it's marked automatically. Very good,
Do you know
Rayana.
what?
Yes.
Hello. Do
Hmm.
you know what?
What?
Today I gave a placement session.
Sorry. Rayana, what was that?
I was actually traveling. That's why my camera was off. I just reached home. I will turn my camera on again after 5 minutes, please.
Okay. Okay, okay. Sorry, Tejas. What were you saying about placement?
I had gave placement session in my college today.
Today? Okay. Which company?
Not about the company, the placement policy of Sunstone.
Ah, okay. I had given, not gave. I had given. I had given the placement session. Oh, you gave a session, like, were you the trainer?
I am actually a placement coordinator.
Fancy. Very nice. Okay. Manpreet. Okay, Manpreet. So today, Manpreet has taken Srishti's role of saying, I can't turn my camera on. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome so much. Okay. All right, guys. So I was just telling you that there are all kinds of interviewers, and some of the interviewers can be very, very difficult, and that's okay. I just don't let it rattle you too much, where you completely forget everything and you become so nervous that you're not even giving straight answers. Don't let it rattle you. Plus, also don't get defensive or arrogant, like, I'm not going to let it affect me. Don't be like that either. So just remain calm. The person who gets most entertained by Tejas is Arushi Jain. I can literally see her expressions change as Tejas behaves. So I look at Tejas, then I look at Arushi. So I can see her face as he starts talking. I can see her face going from neutral to like smiling to laughing. So thank you for doing that, Tejas. Thank you for entertaining us. Okay. So guys, Tanya went for an interview today, and the interviewer was not very nice and he was kind of strict, and they asked very difficult questions to her. So Tanya, I got that question about the strategic thing, and what was the other one? What was the
Brand
next?
strategies. Brand strategies.
What was your answer?
Um, I don't know the full answer now, but I will answer that in brand strategies. We will target the audience by using some USPs in order to attract customers by using the IT skills in that.
Okay,
But I
that's
doesn't know the proper answer because my ma'am helped me before the interview.
okay. That's not a bad answer. That's all right. And was there anything else? Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. I also explained some example where I use my brand strategies.
Are you studying
Also,
marketing?
no, ma'am. I'm finance and IT student.
Then how
I'm
did you
in second semester.
then how did you know about brand strategies?
मैं वैसे नॉलेज के लिए पढ़ती नॉलेज के लिए पढ़ लेती हूँ.
Wow, impressive. Okay, guys, so this is another example that sometimes when you go for an interview, they will ask you questions related to your specialization also. So if you're specializing in finance or marketing or let's say international relations or accounts or whatever it may be, they may ask you questions specifically about your stream, your specialization, or the job that you're applying for. So please read up on that also. What I am preparing you for is like basic soft skills and the normal questions that they ask generally in an interview. Okay. So Samiran, your friend is also a part of this session, or is he just your roommate?
Yes, ma'am, but his laptop is out of charge.
But he is a part of this batch.
Yes.
उसको बोलो कि जरा थोड़ी जहमत करके लेटे ना, साथ बैठ जाए क्लास की तरह.
Okay.
आराम फरमा रहे हैं नवाब साहब. दिखाएं जरा कौन है, शक्ल दिखाना नवाब साहब.
मैम वो चला गया है रूम के बाहर.
चला गया, उसको
आएगा
बोला
आपको.
आके साथ बैठ जाए और ढंग से ले
Okay.
ले सेशन बिना लेटे. ओके
Okay, ma'am.
ओके.
ठीक.
All right, guys. So yeah, that's what I was telling you. So basically, I'm preparing you for basic interview questions, your introduction. So we did introduction yesterday, and we discussed what all you need to include in the introduction in reverse chronological order. I will still take you through that today again, like a refresher. I will not explain it in detail, and then we'll look at other questions also. Rashmi, please turn your camera on. गलती से on हो के off कर दिया उल्टा. Rashmi Kumari, turn your camera on. Yes, yeah, that's better. Okay, guys, so let's look at some of the questions. Some we covered yesterday. Let's cover the other ones today. So basically, we had discussed introduction yesterday, right? So we did discuss the introduction question. Then we did discuss this question as well, right? Why us? Why do you want to work with us? Yeah, did we discuss this question yesterday, guys? Tejas, did we discuss this question? Why do you want to work with us? Arushia?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You
Yes,
explained, ma'am.
we've already done.
Yeah.
About this.
Okay. And did we talk about why should we hire you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, only 4 points were covered.
Can you say that again, Arushi?
Ma'am, all the 4 points were covered.
Okay. Okay, good. So I'll just cover the last point once again, guys. If they ask you what motivates you, why this job, you can always talk about the company's values and ethics and then tie it up with your values and ethics and say, I relate with the values and ethics. I have the same values and ethics. Then you can talk about your immediate goals. So you can talk about this job that you're applying for and then say, then next I want like the next position, whatever that is. In the past, what is it that you've done well, your strengths, and also the values and ethics. And then you can talk about ownership and being a contributor. So ownership, do we remember when we said that we take responsibility? We take responsibility for our own job, our team, our department, our company, our business, all of that. You take responsibility for that. And you become a contributor, that how can I contribute to this company? How can I contribute to my business? How can I contribute to my team? So that kind of attitude, and your answers should be related to that. Guys, at any point, if you feel like you want to ask me something or add another point, please unmute yourself and give me the answer, okay? You don't have to wait. Are we only 31 participants for this session? I mean, out of 31, only 30 of you. For my language and accent neutralization session yesterday, there were almost 80 people. 80. So I'm so surprised it's only 30 here. This is more relevant for you to get a job. Okay, guys. So yesterday we did discuss, be very careful. Please make notes for this, guys, because introduction is the most common question that they'll ask you in the interview. So you will start with your name. You will talk about your experience, any professional experience that you have. If you don't have professional experience, you can talk about internship experience or volunteer experience, or any leadership experience that you had at the college, any responsibilities that you were handling at the college. You can discuss your work experience with designation, number of years, and the responsibility that you were handling. You talk about your highest educational qualification, specialization, and then reverse chronological order, the last educational qualification, any professional qualifications that you may have, any certifications you may have, or any short diplomas that you may have done. You can talk about that. You, in your educational background, you can also talk about any achievements in sports or extracurricular activities. You can also mention that. You can discuss any important skills related to the job, like any technical qualification that you have, any technical certification, or anything specific that I'm a, like I was always like the leader in my college, I was the sports captain, or I was the captain of a club, or the class representative and things like that. So you can talk about those things. And you can talk about a hobby that is constructive and related to your job in some way, which is positive and constructive. And you can talk about your values and ethics also. You can say that this is, I'm very integrous, I'm very honest as a person, I like to work hard, I am loyal, or anything of that sort. But try to be honest to a degree, so that if they ask you any follow-up questions, or if they ask you for examples, you are able to present those examples. We will not include unnecessary details of where you're from, your family, your dog, your best friend. We don't need to do that. Irrelevant work experience. Do you remember I told you that if you've worked very short stints, try not to talk about that too much. Yeah. And also, let's say, for example, I don't think any work experience is irrelevant. Like I said yesterday also, I think you learn something or the other everywhere. But I don't know what to say. Like, just to give you like a stupid example, if you were sitting at somebody's shop, kirane ki dukaan, like a grocery shop or something, even there you learn something. So I don't think there is anything that is irrelevant, because you always learn something. But if it's very short experience, then don't count it as a job. What you can do, guys, this is a good tip, by the way. Let's say you took a job and you didn't like it, and you only worked there for 2, 3, 4 months, and you are embarrassed to talk about that experience because it's very short and it doesn't show stability. Then what you can say is that I was interning there. Say I was interning there. It was not a full-time job. I did an internship for this company for 3 months, something like that. Yeah, so you can say something like that. Don't talk negatively about the company, about your colleagues, or about your boss. It doesn't look nice. So only say positive things. What was it, Rihanna?
Like last day you mentioned, right, that we don't need to mention in our resume if we don't do the job like more less than 1 year. Then I thought that we can do this. Like we can say that we have done that in as internship.
Yeah, that's a good tip that you guys can use. So if you have a very short experience or like a short stint somewhere, you want to talk about it, but if it's just really short and you're not able to show it as a job or a work experience, then you can say that, oh, I did an internship and it was this. I'm just looking at the full form of CV. I know it's curriculum vitae, but I am trying to find the pronunciation for this. Just bear with me 1 second.
According to unoma.edu, a CV or curriculum vitae is an itemized list of a person's entire education.
I'm not really sure if it's vitae. I will still double check it, guys. But please remember, it's not resume, it's resume, because it is it's a French word, so it's not. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna check the pronunciation of CV, and this, just so you know, because these are the two words that are used most often.
How do you pronounce this word? According to Oxford Learner's Dictionaries, Merriam-Webster Dictionary, and Dictionary.com, it can be pronounced as curriculum vitae or curriculum vitae. A curriculum vitae is a short account.
I used to say vitae. So guys, let me just tell you, because you guys are mispronouncing this a lot. So this word is resume. This word is resume. It's an English word, which means that you continue doing something. So if you say you can resume working, Sai, I'll just come to you in a second, okay? Yes, Tejas. Okay. Sai, I'll just come to you in a second. So guys, this word is resume in English, which means that you continue doing something. So you can say you can resume working, you can resume studying. So if you continue to do something, it is resume. However, when it's like this, it's a resume, and it's a French word, and it's not supposed to be pronounced as resume. So if you go for an interview and you say that, oh, can I give you my resume? There and then they know your communication skills are not good. So, you start, that's your first impression, and you are mispronouncing your resume, and there they know, okay, no. So it can be something as simple as that. So please pronounce this as resume. Or if you're not comfortable calling this resume, you can just say it's my CV. And that also, I think, as far as I know, that is also French. So it's curriculum vitae or vitae, or one of those. So you can just say CV, or you can say resume. Please don't say resume. That is an English word with a completely different meaning. Okay. Now, Sai, what experience do you have? Can you unmute yourself? So you guys chat so much. Why can't you just unmute and talk? Sai, you have to unmute yourself and tell me in detail how many months of experience did you have?
Yes, ma'am. I have work experience in 4 months in Axis Bank as a account opening specialist.
Why did you quit?
Ma'am,
Why did you quit that job?
some lot of reasons I quit the job.
Okay.
I have feeling very pressure in the job.
Okay.
And,
So,
yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So guys, Sai also worked as an account opening specialist for Axis Bank. Arey Janvi. Look at Janvi. अरे जानवी मजे में बात हो रही है. वाह 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 वाह. Very nice. So guys, Sai worked as an
Ma'am,
account opening
I
specialist for
have a
Axis.
question.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuvraj.
Oh, ma'am, why not include the personal details in our interview?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second.
It's like where from and
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in 1 second. So, Sai worked as an account opening specialist for Axis Bank for 4 months. Now, 4 months is not enough. Okay. No matter what reason you give that I quit this job for whatever reason, they will not buy that reason, no matter what, unless the only reasons that are possible are like I felt very, very sick and I just could not continue, or there was a family emergency, there was some mishappening, I had an
Yes,
accident.
ma'am.
Only
But they were asking about what challenges you have faced what you have faced in the accounts opening. How can I tell about challenges
I'll tell you.
clearly?
We'll cover challenges. We'll cover challenges in interview preparation. But in as far as experience is concerned,
Yes, ma'am.
only if you had absolutely unavoidable circumstances, something major that happened in your life, you can say, okay, because of that reason I had to quit the job. Otherwise, 4 months is not long enough to mention in the resume. So you can choose from two things. You can either say that I took an internship with Axis Bank where I was the accounts opening manager or whatever executive, and I just did that internship for 4 months. Or if you want to show that as a full-time job experience, then you'll have to say that I started there. However, there was some emergency in my family and I had to quit unexpectedly. So now everything is okay and I'm looking for the next opportunity. So in terms of
Ma'am,
that
one doubt is there. We cannot put it in the job in the resume.
resume, yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
that's what I'm telling you, Sai, that either you can put this experience of 4 months as internship in your resume, because 4 months is very short and it's not a good sign for an employer to hire somebody who has only worked for 4 months. So that's not a good sign because it relates with stability. It shows them that you're not stable as an employee. So if you want to show 4 months of work experience as a job, it doesn't look good. So you have two options. One option is that you show it as internship, that I did my internship with Axis. Instead of saying it was a full-time job, you can say it was an internship for 4 months where I worked as an account opening executive or whatever. Or you can say that I got a job with Axis Bank. However, after 4 months, there was a family emergency and I suddenly had to quit, and I had no option because it was a big emergency. But now everything is okay and I'm looking for the next opportunity.
Okay, ma'am, another doubt is there. They don't give me relieving letter. What I will do?
Yeah, so if you show it as internship, they might ask for the internship certificate. You didn't even take your relieving letter.
No, they won't give me, ma'am.
They didn't give you.
They didn't give me.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so you can tell them that it was a job and I had to quit suddenly because of a family emergency. And because I had to quit so urgently and without notice, because I didn't serve the notice period, they did not give me the relieving letter. So you can be honest. The only thing that you're not being honest about is the family emergency, but you can tell them that it was a job and I had to quit because of a family emergency. But because I could not serve the notice period, I did not get the time to serve the notice period, I had to quit immediately, they did not give me a relieving letter.
Yes, ma'am, I get it. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome. Somebody else asked me something. Tejas, was it you? What did you ask?
I was telling you that the session will end on 8:15 and the next session of yours will start on 8:30. So can you end this session on 8:10?
Are you
If
attending the next
possible.
session also?
Yeah, and I have to eat like dinner in my hostel, so the mess will close.
Okay. I can try that, Tejas. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, today I will end the session at 8:10 so that you guys can take a break before you attend the next session also. All right. Okay. Guys, I'm so sorry. While I was answering Sai's question about his experience, somebody else also asked me a question. Sorry, Yuvraj. Yuvraj asked me why. Guys, my memory is so bad, so please remind me if I miss a question, okay? Yuvraj asked me that why can't we talk about personal details? You can, Yuvraj. You can talk about your personal information depending on two things, depending on your experience and depending on what the interviewer is like and how they are asking you the question. One is if you have a lot of work experience like me, I have 20 years of experience. So I have a lot of work experience to talk about, and I have so many good things to talk about rather than who is in my family, which is not relevant. Yeah. I'm so sick of this. Okay. So just bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm so annoyed by this. It always irritates me. So one is that if you have a lot of rich experience, then you don't really need to talk about irrelevant. So it's not really irrelevant, but my point is that if you have a lot of work experience and educational experience, qualifications and achievements to talk about, then why would you want to talk about your parents or your family, where you're from, etc. However, in your introduction, you can definitely say that, hi, my name is Yuvraj Singh, I am from UP. You can just say UP, and you don't have to say Sultanpur or the village name and all of that. Just say I'm from UP and I am a fresher, or I have work experience of so and so years. My point is, guys, that you don't have to go into details about, like, my father's name is so and so Singh, my father works as a bank manager, my mother's name is so and so, she's a housemaker.
Ma'am, but some interviews ask the candidate, right, about family background and all,
Then you
about
can.
siblings.
Then you can.
Okay.
When they ask you, you give them the answer. But also sometimes they ask you, so I also ask these questions sometimes, guys. I ask these questions when the candidate is being very quiet and they're not very communicative, and I know that when I ask them any question, they're just giving me yes no answers. So then I'm like, okay, how can I make this person talk? So then I say, okay, tell me more about your family, blah blah blah. So then they start talking, because this is something that you guys are comfortable with. Yes, Tejas. Yeah. So Yuvraj, you can talk about it. So one situation is when you are fresh and you don't have a lot to talk about in terms of your professional or educational experience, then you can say I'm from UP.
Akshat.
If you're going to yell Akshat, then you should mute yourself. Oh no, yeah, it's okay. Entertainment, guys. Entertainment.
One question is that.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, Sai, are you asking me something?
Can you tell me about how to crack something 10 lakhs interviews? I mean, higher interviews.
Higher interviews? What do you mean by that?
Interviews means How can I tell you?
Ma'am,
Think
he's
about it.
asking about something which is very higher packages, like how to crack the higher packages interview.
Well, you can apply for any job role or any package, but your interview will be the same, and it depends on how you answer the question to crack the interview. We will try and cover all interview questions, guys, and then I will take questions from you also if you have any questions. Listen, the questions will remain the same. It's about how you give the answers, and we'll discuss that in a second. Just to complete Yuvraj's question, the other scenario that I was going to talk about was that if you have a very fun interviewer who's like, so I do that sometimes, and I tell people, talk about whatever you want. You can tell me whatever you want. Yeah, tell me about your life, tell me about yourself. So if an interviewer is being very friendly, if they're making you very comfortable, then you can of course talk about where you're from, your family, your friends, whatever. So it depends on the interviewer, but generally speaking, if you want your introduction to be very concise, precise, and professional, then just stick to the previous slide that I showed you. Just talk about your work experience, educational qualifications, any professional achievements, any educational achievements, any extracurricular achievements, any skills that you may have, and that's enough. Yeah. Okay. So we did talk about not talking negatively about your past employers and not going into like blabbering and ranting about unnecessary things. No hobbies that are random or irrelevant, and don't be too blank either, where when they ask you a question you're like, I don't know, or just yes, no. Don't be like that. And at the same time, please don't memorize your answers, don't memorize your introduction either. You should generally know what your introduction should have, but don't memorize it word to word. Ratta nahi marna hai. Then don't be overconfident or arrogant, nor be too nervous. Don't discuss your salary expectations only during your introduction. That's what we're talking about. Later in the interview, you can definitely talk about your salary expectations, and they may ask you this question, but in the interview, don't talk about the job or the salary expectations, and do not lie in your introduction, guys. Okay, I will answer this question, Vishal. We'll cover this question also. Okay. And we discussed this. Okay, now guys, I'm starting interview questions, like the main questions, the more difficult ones. We earlier discussed very basic questions. Yes, Manpreet, they will, once the interview is completely over and you've gone through all the rounds, they will discuss your salary with you anyway. They will tell you that, okay, you're selected, this is the position we're offering you, and this is the salary package that we're offering you. Are you okay with this or not? And that's when you can negotiate. Generally, it will not happen that an interview is completely over and they don't tell you the salary. That generally doesn't happen. However, during the interview, they can discuss your salary, and they can ask you about your last salary also, or they can ask you about your salary expectation, and we'll discuss that in the questions just now. Okay. Okay, guys. Guys, all the questions that you have for interviews, like somebody is asking me in the chat box, somebody asked me, okay, what is your salary expectation from this company, and about your salary package. So you're asking me these questions, just write them down somewhere, not in the chat box, just write it in your notes. I will also ask you if I've left any questions. Otherwise, I think mostly I'm covering all these questions. So just give me a second. But if you have any questions or anything to add, just unmute yourself and ask me. Okay, I'm starting with the interview questions now, guys. First question that they can, we've done some questions, but some of these questions are also that, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now this can be, where do you see yourself in 2 years, where do you see yourself in 5 years, or where do you see yourself in 10 years? The number of years can change. Here, for all the questions, try to be a little bit honest and try to be prepared, right? Now, I said put an IDP in place for yourself and take help from mentors. Who knows what an IDP is? Is Pooja a part of this session? Anybody from MBA? Do you know what IDP means, guys? IDP is your individual development plan. really big companies, very big companies that are very nice and professional will work on you, will work with you on your IDP, individual development plan. However, you can also make your own individual development plan. So individual development plan basically means my development plan. What is my development plan? And you can say this is my IDP. Now, to make your IDP, you can take help from your mentors right now in your college also. If you are doing your internship, you can take help from your supervisor. And if you have ever worked, then you can take help from your immediate boss also. IDP is very important also, and IDP is very impressive also. If you go into an interview and they talk about your future, they ask about your future plans, they ask about your ambition, any question related to your future, your ambition, your goals, anything like that, goal setting, talking about an IDP is a very good sign because it shows that you know about it and you are focused and you are working on it. So it's a good idea. Now, in order to make your IDP, you have to look at where am I right now? Okay, I'm a student. I'm about to be a graduate or a postgraduate. What do I want next? The next position that I want should be this. So the next step or two, the next step up or two, and talk about your ambition. So first of all, you should know where am I right now? Where do I want to reach? The next step. Rihanna, you tired today? Feeling sleepy? What's wrong?
No, ma'am, actually I was fasting, so I just
Oh.
had lunch, not lunch actually, iftar, so a bit tired.
Okay. Okay. Have some water. I think you look tired. Guys, you should know where you are and where you want to go the next step. Then you should know one or two steps after that also. So for example, let's take Sai's example. If he was the account opening specialist, then he can say that, okay, I want the job of an account opening specialist, and after about 1 or 2 years I want to be the assistant manager, and then I want to be the manager. So you should know these step ups, that I'm here, next I want to be there, and after that I want to be there. That's what I mean here, that the next step up or two, and talk about your ambitions. I want to reach here. Then make a roadmap. So when I say IDP is basically a roadmap where you put milestones. That first, so my map is this, I'll go like this. One milestone is this, next milestone is this, the next milestone is this. Now, to reach that milestone, what do I need to do? Do I need to upskill myself? Do I need to learn how to work on Excel? Do I need to learn any technical skill? Do I need to learn a technical language? Do I need to learn any leadership skills? What do I need to get to the next level? What are the steps and how can I learn these steps? So all this should be in place. And what skills are you looking to pick up? Did everyone understand this answer, guys? All the points?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so IDP is very important, your individual development plan. Start making an individual development plan for yourself. You should know where you want to go, what are the milestones, and what are the steps to reach those milestones, and what are the skills that you need. Okay, should we go on to the next question? Yes, Tejas.
I will ask, if someone is trying to experiment in the job, so what will he or she do? Like what type of plan she will make?
You're trying to experiment in your job? What kind of experiment?
Like example, if I got selected for a tech job, and after the tech job and I had applied for non-tech one, and like uske baad, after that some different kind of opportunities and different types of jobs. So how can I say about, like, after 5 years what will I do? So how can I add or make a roadmap of that?
In that case, you don't have to be so honest that I will experiment throughout my career. Guys, in your interview, you basically want to show them that you will be stable also. You want to show that you are ambitious, you are stable, you are hardworking. You want to show all this. If you show them that I'm experimental, then they'll be like, kahin aur jaake karo ye experiment. Right? So they basically want stability. So don't talk about experimenting. Just say that I'm very focused. I have my eye on the next step up, and I'm actually looking at a couple of steps ahead, and I'm already planning. So if you say if I'm already planning, they'll say, okay, what have you planned? What have you planned? So then say I know what skills I need to get to that level, and I'm already learning those skills. I work very closely with my mentor. Guys, write this down, that I work very closely with my mentor. I have a mentor who has a lot of work experience. He guides me. He tells me what skills I need, how to handle different situations, how to fit into a team, how to work in a team. So I'm learning from them. And do you remember that we discussed a word yesterday that you can shadow somebody? What is shadowing? So you can also say that I like to shadow my mentor, and I like to see them work, and I shadow them and try to learn how they are working, something like that. Yeah, so you can include that in your IDP. Okay, guys, any questions about this particular question? All right, I'm going to the next question then,
Ma'am,
guys.
can you once
Yeah.
again tell about the stability thing, like how we can assure the interviewer that we will be stable in the company?
Okay, that's a very good question, guys. That's a very, very good question. Arushi, that's a very good question. So the company will always want to see whether you are stable, you plan to be stable or not, and you basically have to convince them during the interview that I am very stable and I plan to stay with this company throughout my life, something like that. So in that case, guys, to prove your stability, you will go back. I cannot stress on this enough. The key to most of your answers, guys, in the interviews is the fit. I am the right fit. This company is the right fit for me, and I am the right fit for this company. So you basically have to tell them that I really like this company. I have read about it. Vishal, I have read about this company. It seems like a good fit to me. This is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
kind of. क्या कर रहे हो भाई? सोने ही लग रहे हो वो लगा के हुड. फिर पूछ रहे हो yes ma'am. So you talk about how you really wanted to work with this company, how you like the values and ethics of this company, how you really like this job role, how you've heard very good things about this company from Glassdoor and other, other portals like that. And you say that, why wouldn't I want to stay here? It looks like your company gives a lot of opportunities to learn. There are growth opportunities. I've heard very good things about this company, and I want to stay here and learn. And I want the exposure that this company gives. So these kind of answers you need to give them, that it's a good fit for me. I feel like I resonate a lot with your values. I like your work culture. I've heard good things about you. I've heard that you get good opportunities here. So I would like to work here and keep growing here, get promotions, grow higher, get better opportunities. And I would like to stick to this company, something like that. Yeah.
Ma'am, interview is all about candidate potential, to know about the candidate potential, or about behavior of the candidate?
Both are equally important. So in terms of the behavior, they can look at your confidence. They can look at how are you handling stress when they're asking you questions. They can even look at how overconfident, over smart you are. And whenever I see a candidate who's over smart or overconfident, I know that they will not take feedback well. Because to an over smart person, if you give them feedback, they'll be like, I already know this, this is nonsense, So they are not good at receiving feedback. Somebody who's not good at receiving feedback immediately becomes, there are less chances for them to get hired. So they look at these behavioral aspects also. And then also, how I keep saying that you need to look at the fit. The interviewer is also constantly looking at whether you are a good fit for their company or not. So they look at both. Guys, on my YouTube channel, I think I posted 2 videos. It was such a long time back that I completely forgot about these videos. There is a professor in Kashmir University. So he is in Kashmir. He's a professor for the University of Kashmir, and he teaches mass media and communication. He plays some of my YouTube videos to his class, which is shocking and such an honor for me. He messaged me yesterday that he played another video, which is the interviewer's perspective. I completely forgot about those videos, that I had made those videos. There are 2 videos on my YouTube channel. They are called the interviewer's perspective, which basically talks about what are interviewers looking for when we are interviewing somebody. So maybe you can watch that video as well and look at some of the things that the interviewers looking for in a candidate. So because I have taken a lot of interviews, I've shared my experience. So Nisrita, the questions that you asked, I've answered those questions also in the video, that when a candidate behaves a certain way, then it's a no hire for me. And when candidates say certain things,
whether it is a point of view in interviewer or about the candidate,
that video
is
is
the
about
perspective of.
my perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, the interviewer's perspective. So basically it talks about if a candidate says this to me, I will hire that person, and if a candidate behaves like this, I may not hire that person. So the interviewer's perspective. Yeah, so that may be a good video for you guys to watch. क्या मैम टियर 2 कॉलेज से 50 लाख से ऊपर का पैकेज लग सकता है क्या? MBA in international business or HR? Guys, this is totally dependent on the company. It depends on the profile that you're applying for. It depends on the package that they have fixed for that profile. It depends on how you perform at the interview. It has nothing to do with which college you are from, which tier city it is. It doesn't matter. It depends on the company, the profile, and the salary package that they are offering for that. Yeah.
Ma'am, I think without experience, they are not a possible.
You're right, Yuvraj. You're right. So you need to take
And
a
because
look.
the 50 lakh package is a very, very high package.
Guys, even my package is not 50 lakhs. But I've been working for 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Because
that,
the companies are not provide this is a higher packages. It's like a 50 lakh package, and without experience, they are not a possible.
only if you are studying from like IITs, IIMs, or like the top Ivy League colleges in the world, and a company like a Google or a Microsoft is hiring you, then you get like that kind of package. Generally, not so much.
I think for our 5 year experience, they are provide a 1 lakh hour, 1,50,000. That's just, and they are not provide the more expensive, I think.
Okay, guys. So to answer Yuvraj's question, I think for your first job, I'm just guessing this. Okay, don't hold my word, like don't hold me to this for saying this. But generally, for a first job, you can get paid somewhere between 15,000 to 25,000 per month. If you are lucky, it can go up to like 30,000, 35,000 if you're very, very good. But generally 15 to 25 should be the range. Like that's generally the range. My first job, but that was also 20 years back. My first job, my salary was 10,820, I think. So 10,000 something was my first salary when I started working. And I started working with IBM. So I am thinking 15, 20, 25. Yeah, Nisrita.
Ma'am, at the end of the session, can you please share your interview perspective? Like, how do you feel when you are interviewed by someone?
When I'm interviewed by someone?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, because I'm a trainer, I generally don't get phased easily, and I'm able to answer questions because I'm training people on these questions. So I am all right in interviews because I've given so many and I have so much experience. So I don't think that'll be helpful for you.
Maybe some kind of like, I want to know about your experience in how to face the interview.
How to face the interview? Can you ask me more specifically? What would you like to know, Nisrita?
I just wanted to know about your experience. Like, how would you experience your interview when it is the first time?
Oh, you want to know how did my first interview go?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my first interview was it was kind of like a walk-in placement event. So a lot of companies had come to a consultancy and they were interviewing, like many companies, 5 6 companies, and it was like a walk-in event. So I had actually gone for a walk, and like I did not know about the event. I had gone for a walk. I had gone to the market. While coming back from the market, I just saw that event and I was like, oh, what is this event? And I just entered the event without a resume, without anything. So when I entered, I said, what's going on? And they were like, there's like this event going on. It's a placement event. Do you want to appear for an interview? What are you doing? And I was like, I was in my third year of college. So I said, I'm just in my final year of college. So they said, do you want to appear for the interview? I wanted to just check what an interview is like. So I was just curious. So I said, okay, I'll attend the interview. So they said, okay. But you know what? For that, they had a technical round. So they had me give a written exam, but and I did not know that because it was technical in nature, because IBM was hiring for a technical process. So they wanted technical knowledge also, which I did not have. I was never from a technical background. So the placement agency cheated and they gave me some answers. They said, just write this, write this, write this. So I cheated in that and I wrote that because I had no idea what was going on. After that, the written exam, I passed that. Then there was the interview. So I went and met the interviewer, and I was always a very confident person because I was very outgoing and an extrovert. So she asked me what she said, introduce yourself. I did. And then she asked me a couple of questions that I don't remember. Honestly, I gave the answers and I was very chilled because I was under no pressure. I was just trying it out for fun. So I was not under pressure. I gave the answers and then they selected me and they said, okay, you're selected and this is the package we are offering you. And I freaked out because I was not ready to take a job. I never knew that I was going for an interview that day. So I said, wait. I don't know if I want this job. And the placement agency was like, are you mad? Somebody is offering you an offer letter and you're saying no to this. At least take the offer letter, then decide if you want to take the job or not. I said, no. I have to call my dad. I called my dad. I said, Papa, I accidentally got a job. And he said, what do you mean that you accidentally got a job? I said, I just went into a placement event and I gave the interview. I got a job. So my dad said, okay, fine. You come take the offer letter and come home. We'll discuss it. So then I said, okay, I'll take the offer letter. And then the interviewer was like, I'm not really sure about your stability. What is this? You don't even know if you want a job. So I said, no, I'm sorry. Then the placement agency also said, no, she just like, she wasn't expecting it, blah, blah, blah. So then I took the offer letter, then I joined the job. So it was very silly the way I got my first job. Yeah. So yeah, so it helps to go in with the mindset that, okay, this is not like the end of your life. This is not life or death. Be chill and just give the interview confidently and don't put pressure on yourself. All right. Okay. Tejas, I will report you to the college. Okay. You stop asking me personal questions and focus on the session. All right. Okay. Okay, Nishrita.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Guys, you can keep asking me questions. Whatever your questions you might have in mind, you can ask me that. I did not know about the agency. I was literally taking a walk and I just saw something happening. A lot of people standing there. I was like, what's going on? Let me go and see. So it was like that. I did not know about that agency. And this, I'm talking about 20 years back. So I don't know what that agency was. Sai, I am not allowed to talk about my package. And I don't have a package because I don't have a package because I'm a freelancer. So for me, it keeps changing also. Tejas, my first job was with IBM and I was hired as a business associate. So guys, business associate, business executive, associate executive, these positions basically mean that you're just starting at the root level. You are entry point, and these are generally associate or executive positions, which basically means that you're just starting out. So it generally remains the same everywhere. Sales executive, sales associate, business associate, business executive, it's always the same thing. So you start from there and then you go up, unless you studied from like a really good college and you directly land like a project manager position or something, which I've seen people doing. So it's not impossible, but you have to be an exceptional student from an exceptional college in order to get those positions. All right, guys. I'm going on to the next question, guys. This is a hot question. What are your strengths? Now, like I told you earlier, in my days, 20 years back, 25 years back, not necessarily, Sai. Business associate is not necessarily for a technical job. Business associate can be anything. It can be a sales associate, it can be a marketing associate, it can be a telemarketer, it can be anything. These are, guys, these designations don't always mean anything. It's just an associate job, which means an entry-level job. So not necessarily for a tech job. Bobby is asking me, where have you completed your education? Guys, I have done my BA from Delhi University, and then I did my master's in psychology from a university called Vinayaka Mission University. So my education is not anything fancy, to be honest. I did very, very basic stuff. All right, guys. So I was telling you that back in the day when we were interviewing, when somebody asked, what are your strengths? We could say anything. Okay, we would just use like the best adjectives and say, I am a very hardworking person and I'm a perfectionist. I love working so well that everything that I do is perfect. And they'd be like, wow, what an answer. Very good. So they'd be very happy with like the strength answer question that they would ask. What are your strengths? You would tell them some strengths. I'm this and that. They'll be like, wow, very good answer. Now, no, they don't believe you. So they say, Acha, you're a perfectionist. Prove it. How do you know you're a perfectionist? So they will always ask you follow-up questions, especially if you talk highly about yourself, that I am the best, I am very good at something, I am this, I am that. They'll be like, Acha, give me examples. Give me proof. How can you say you're good at this? So be very, very careful about the strengths question, because if you list a strength, they will ask you follow-up question. I am guaranteeing that. So let's look at the strength question. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Now, in strengths, be honest and give examples and supporting incidents. So, for example, if you say that one of my strengths, Arey bhai, Sai, I'm coming to weakness also. It is in the question. I'll come to weakness also. Guys, hold on to your questions. It's okay that you have so many questions. Absolutely fine. Just hold on to your questions. After I'm done with all my questions, all the interview questions, if I have not answered your question, then you can ask me, you didn't cover this question, and I'll answer that. Okay. So Abhi, I'll tell you about strengths, then I'll tell you about weaknesses. So in strengths, guys, make sure that whatever strength you're saying, you are ready with a backup answer also. So for example, let me say that my strength is I am very proactive and I take a lot of initiative. They'll say, okay, give us an example of taking initiative. And I'll say, okay, so in my college, I took the initiative to be the training coordinator. So all the trainers who were impaneled by our college, I would talk to them. I would reach out to the trainers. I would help them in the onboarding. I would help them with their documentation, and I would coordinate the sessions also. Basically what Pooja does. Right? So I'm talking about Pooja's position. So here I'm showing initiative, that I took an initiative and I took on an extra responsibility. Let me give you another example. Let's say that I say my strength is that I am very hardworking and I'm very integrous. They say, okay, give us an example of this. Say that in college, I had set this goal for myself that I would score this much. And I had very little time, but I worked so hard. I attended coaching classes, blah, blah, blah. And I reached that goal that I had set for myself. So I am very, very hardworking. And once I set a goal for myself, I achieved that. If they say, what about integrous? What do you mean by integrity? You can say anything that, once I found somebody's wallet and I knew there was money in it, but I knew it wasn't mine. So I, submitted it or deposited it in the lost and found section of my college. So these are examples that you can give. But my point is just this, that if you are stating a strength, always have a backup answer, have examples, have incidents where you can prove how you are that strength or how you have that strength. Does that make sense? Yeah. So be honest and give examples and supporting incidents. Again, you can use values and ethics with incidents and past experiences. So the best answer for strengths that I can give to you guys is read up about values and ethics in general, then go read about the values and ethics of the company. Pick a value or ethic from that company's values and ethics, relate that with your life, how you've used that in your life, and state it as a strength and give an example that this is my strength and this is the supporting incident. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Now weakness. Sai's question. Are you ready, Sai? So again, in my time, when somebody said, what are your strengths and weaknesses? We would list a strength. Weakness mein, they used to say a strength, but just say that it's a weakness. Say it's a strength, but as a weakness. So for example, I would say that my weakness is that I am a perfectionist. My weakness is that I'm a perfectionist. They'll say, oh, but what do you mean by that? I mean that I am such a perfectionist that I will spend time on a task, no matter how much time it takes. I make sure that it's perfect. Interview will be like, what a good answer. Yes, you are a perfectionist, it's a weakness. But today, the interview will be like, it doesn't sound like a weakness. First of all, it doesn't sound like a weakness. Secondly, if you're spending so much time, then you're not good at time management. So these days, unfortunately for you, the interviewers are very smart. Okay, so you cannot fool them by saying, oh, it's a strength, but it's a weakness. So you can't do that. So now it is more practical and you have to be more honest. So what you can do is you can list a minor weakness, but talk about it as a WIP. What is WIP? Tejas? Yes, Abhay, I'm just telling you. Who knows WIP? Tejas, unmute. No, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Guys, WIP is how you are on mute.
Ma'am, I will not answer every question, or otherwise it will seem as कि मैं बहुत सारा बोलता हूँ. That's why I will.
Oh, no. You can give this answer. Tell me what is WIP? This particular answer you can. It's okay. No. You can give this particular. The next one I will not ask you. Tell me what is WIP?
It's about weakness improvement plan.
Wow. It's not, but I'll tell you what it is.
Ma'am,
Work in
is it work in progress, right? In general?
Work in progress, ma'am.
Our college
What
has
is
told
meant
us
by
this. That's why I
weakness
said.
improvement?
It's okay. Abhay also gave that answer. Siva Devi also gave the right answer as Nisita. Nidhi, did you also say that? So guys, WIP is work in progress. Now, when you talk about a weakness, this is important. Pay attention. Sai, pay attention. When you list a weakness, first of all, don't list a major weakness. Don't say, I don't know this. I am not good at technical stuff. I am not good at multitasking. I am not good at time management. Do not say something big as your weakness. List a minor weakness. Minor weakness. For example, you can say that I think I'm not good at work-life balance that much. I used to focus too much on my work, which is also like a strength, right? So you can say, I wasn't very good at work-life balance. I was focusing too much on my work, but it's a work in progress and I'm working on it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at time management and giving time to myself also. Or you can list a weakness like saying that sometimes I would get a little too stressed. Earlier, I would get stressed easily, but now it's a work in progress. I'm working on it and I'm managing my stress much better. Then they can ask you a follow-up question. How are you managing your stress? I like to meditate now in the morning, or I like to see, this is why I'm telling you that you have to be honest also. So you can say, I journal, I write affirmations in the morning. You know about affirmations, guys? Yeah, affirmations, I'll tell you.
I used to practice it every day.
Okay, Nidhi, can you tell everyone what is affirmations?
Affirmations are the powerful or positive meaning lines that are used.
Yes.
So our mind will believe it and we have to make it true. And it's
Yes.
written in only in the present tense.
Yes.
Although it's not happening, it's your
Yes.
goal, but it's written in the present tense only.
Very good, Nidhi. Good job. So guys, affirmations are positive things that you tell yourself. So sometimes some people write down their affirmations to believe them. You are programming yourself by writing those affirmations. Sometimes people like to look in the mirror and talk to themselves that I am confident, I am successful, I am good at everything, I am getting this job, I am doing really well in this interview. So these are affirmations. So for example, if you're saying that my weakness was that sometimes I would get very stressed, but now I'm working on it and I'm getting better at managing stress. And they say, how are you doing that? You can say, I'm practicing affirmations in the morning and it's really helping. It's helping my confidence. I'm practicing more. I'm practicing managing different tasks and I'm doing better now. Yeah. For example, guys, another example I'll give you for weakness. So if you're listing a weakness, you can say that sometimes I would get overwhelmed with multitasking. Earlier, I would sometimes get overwhelmed with multitasking, but now I'm working on it and I'm getting better. They'll say, how are you getting better? Then you have to give an honest answer and you can say something like, now I divide my tasks into smaller tasks I prioritize my tasks, and then I am getting better at managing them. And if it's possible, I sometimes take help from my teammates also, if it's possible. So you have to prepare for your weakness answers, guys. Be honest. Don't list a major weakness, and always talk about it being a work in progress, that I'm already working on it and I'm getting much better. Yeah? Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah? Okay. All right, guys. So in weakness, list a minor weakness, but talk about it as a work in progress. Don't list major weaknesses or personal issues. Please do not talk about personal issues like I'm very emotional. I start crying when I'm stressed, or I make friends very easily, and then we become best friends, and sometimes we fight at work. Please do not talk about these things. Don't talk about personal issues. My parents fight a lot at home, so I get stressed. Arey bhai, please don't. Yeah, so don't talk about any personal things. Talk about skills that you're working on, like prioritization, time management, leadership. So these are some of the things that I told you in the examples also, right? That if I in multitasking, I multitask better now because I am managing my time better. I am prioritizing my tasks. I am breaking my tasks down into smaller tasks and things like that. विशाल समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Guys, any questions about strengths or weaknesses? Sai, did I answer your questions? Sai, did I answer your questions? I don't know if Sai is here. Guys, any questions about strengths or weaknesses, or anything else that you want me to answer about strengths or weaknesses specifically? Because this is also a very, very common question, and in most interviews.
मैम हम strength में coding वगैरह बता सकते हैं क्या?
Coding आप ये बोल सकते हो that I'm technically very strong and it's one of my strengths. But generally strengths and weaknesses में they want to know more of soft skills, your personality traits, your values and ethics. पर आप ये बोल सकते हो that my strength is that I'm very good at coding. Then they can ask you a coding question also, by the way. Then they'll say, अच्छा कोई code बताओ जो आपने बनाया, something like that. So then be ready with that also. Whatever it may be, guys, whenever you are praising yourself, whether it's a strengths question, whether it's to describe yourself, whatever it may be, अपनी तारीफ करोगे तो they will ask a follow-up question. So be ready with that follow-up question also.
What is the biggest misconception people have about you?
This as a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
मतलब अगर interview पूछा तो.
Okay. What is the biggest misconception that people have about you? That's a very good question, actually. You can say that sometimes I can come across as so focused on my work that people may think that I'm unapproachable, but with time, I become friends with people and I open up. Something like that. Yeah. So कुछ अच्छा कोई ये तो नहीं बोलेगा अच्छा why are you working so hard? So they will not say that. So try to use these kind of answers. Does anybody else have an answer for this? Okay. Vaishnavi, I am answering your question in 1 second. I'm answering Khushi's question first. Khushi is saying, can you please repeat the last weakness you said? What was the last weakness I said? I get overwhelmed when I'm multitasking. What was that the one? I think Khushi, I think I said that sometimes I would get overwhelmed or stressed out when I was multitasking or managing too many tasks at once. So then, but I'm working on it and I'm working better and learning to be good at time management. I'm learning how to prioritize to keep the top priority first, and then breaking down the rest of the tasks into smaller tasks. And if possible, sometimes I take help from my teammates also if they are able to help me with certain tasks. Did that answer the question, Khushi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Vaishnavi is asking, if they ask, how will you manage time deadlines? Vaishnavi, the answer to this question is very similar to what I just told you, that time, how do you manage deadlines has to do with time management. So the first thing about time management is to prioritize, to keep your most important tasks on top and finishing them first. The second thing to do is to break your tasks into smaller tasks and to set milestones for them, that I will complete this task by this time, this task by this time, this task by this time. If you have too many tasks, you can start delegating. You can take help from your team members or even from your manager or your supervisor, saying that I have too many tasks. Can you help me delegate some of these tasks? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome, Vaishnavi. Jeez, guys, you're bombarding me with questions. I told you to keep your questions for the end. Okay, I will answer one last question. Abhay is asking, tell me something about you which you have not mentioned in your resume. This is a great opportunity to talk about values and ethics, guys, because values and ethics are not mentioned in the resume. So here, go to the company website, check their values and ethics, pick one value or ethic, come back to your interview. They say, tell me something about you which you have not mentioned in your resume. So I think what I would like to talk about is that values and ethics are very, very important to me. And I was very delighted to see that your company values and ethics are the same as my personal values and ethics. They'll say, oh, what kind of ethics? So in your company values, you've mentioned innovation as one of your values. I am a highly innovative person. I love being creative. I love coming up with new ideas. So if I'm working in a team, if there's something that we can do better, I would love to share my ideas with my bosses, with the stakeholders. And if it's a good idea, if they can implement it, I would also work in the implementation of the idea. How does that sound? Would you hire me? Does that answer your question, Abhay?
Ma'am, but what if
No,
they
ma'am.
tell that give
I don't have
the
any working
example of what you
experience
told
as a
now?
fresher. How can I answer it?
Arey, Abhay, एक second, I'll tell you. Arushi, sorry, what were you asking?
Ma'am, I'm telling that this statement that you told just now, what if the interview says that give a example of the statement?
Innovation. Yeah, that's a good question, Arushi. So they'll say, Acha, so you're talking about, you're saying you're very innovative or creative. How were you creative in the past? Then you have to, this is why you have to prepare, Arushi. Then you say, I'm innovative because in my college, for example, we had an event and whatever. So we had an event and we had a very small budget. So I gave them the idea that why don't we reuse the decorations from the last event, something like that. So you have to prepare for these answers, Arushi.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Abhay, values and ethics have nothing to do with your work experience. Values and ethics क्या होते हैं? Your morals, your ethics. आपको सही गलत के बीच में डिफरेंस पता है कि नहीं पता है. सो इसमें वर्क एक्सपीरियंस का कोई रोल नहीं है. आप जिस कंपनी के साथ अप्लाई कर रहे हो जॉब, गो टू देयर वेबसाइट, read their values and ethics. हर कंपनी की values and ethics होती है guys on their website in the about us section. Read about their values and ethics and then say, I relate with your values and ethics. I agree with your values and ethics. कोई एक value और ethic उठाओ and talk about it. For example, उनकी value और ethic होगी commitment. ठीक है? If they talk about commitment, say I really resonate with this value that you mentioned on your website about commitment. I think commitment is so important. Once you've given your word, once you've committed something to your clients, your employees, or anybody, even in personal life, once I have committed something to somebody, I will make sure I fulfill that commitment. I will never back out of it. They'll say, Acha, give us an example of that. So give any example. Say that my friend had to go for an exam. Yeah, but that day it was my best friend's birthday. But because I had told him that I would drop him to the exam location, I quickly went and I dropped him. Then I went to my friend's birthday party. Say whatever. You just have to show commitment, right? Abhay?
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm?
Okay.
That's a very good question, actually. Who had asked me
Yes,
this
sir.
question? Abhay had asked me this question. That tell me
Yes.
something that you have not mentioned in your resume, guys.
This
Something that you've
question,
not mentioned in your resume. Please take values and ethics as the answer for this. Yes, Abhay.
मैम ये क्वेश्चन है ना मेरे सर ने आज पूछा था क्लास में बिकॉज टुमारो इज इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल फॉर आवर बैच सो ही हैज आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन
क्या आंसर दिया था आपने?
I have not answered it because I have to answer it tomorrow. That's why I have asked you to give some ideas.
ठीक है. Vishal.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Vishal, yes. that's a good strength. You can definitely talk about leadership as a strength, but if you say that I have leadership quality, they'll say, give us an example. When did you show leadership quality? Batao, Vishal. When did you show leadership quality?
Ma'am, I lead my team as a football player.
Okay.
I
Yes.
lead my class as a main project.
Okay. So as a class monitor, class representative, so leadership quality mein you can definitely talk about being a football captain. But guys, listen, you can give the answers, but then you have to elaborate. You can say something like, so Vishal, your answer is good. You can say that I am the captain for my football team and I lead my team as the captain. I think a lot of the qualities that you have in sports can be applied to your profession also. Just like you lead your team on a football field, I think I can also lead my team in the office if I have the opportunity, because being a leader is about motivating your team, it's about guiding your team, it's about supporting your team. So देखो आंसर तो सही है, थोड़ा और बोलना पड़ेगा, ये नहीं कि बस बोल दिया फुटबॉल टीम का कैप्टन और हो गया. So Vijay, I was just talking about this, right? So how to lead the team is by being friendly with the team, supporting your team, asking your team, do you need help with something? Can I help you with something? Can I give you some guidance? Some of those things, motivating your team, keeping them motivated, enthusiastic, things like that.
Respect everyone's opinion.
Yes, that's a very important one, to respect everyone's opinion, which is also a part of Nidhi. It's also a part of diversity, inclusivity, sensitivity, to be equal with everyone, to respect everyone's opinion. Even if you disagree with somebody, you have to respect it. Tejas, hold on to your horses. Before ending the session, I will send the feedback form. Yeah, guys, are you filling the feedback form every day after the class? Okay. Okay, guys. Guys, let me take one more question, okay? Okay, Manpreet. I'll take one more question, guys. बहुत slow चल रहे हैं, बहुत सारे questions है, ठीक है? अभी एक ही session बचा है हमारे पास. But ठीक है, this is also important. I want to answer your questions. अब जैसे अभय को कल question answer करना है, so that is very important. So we have covered strengths and weaknesses, guys. If you have another question, you can ask me in the next session also. The next question we'll cover is, why are you looking for a change? Okay, so this question can either be, why are you looking for a change if you already have work experience, or if you don't have work experience, then they can ask this question as, why are you looking for a job with our company? Why our company, or why this job? Okay, so for freshers, they'll ask the question, why are you looking for this particular job? And if you have work experience, then they'll say, why are you looking for a change? So here you should read about the company. This is why I told you in the beginning why it's so important to prepare before the interview, to read about the company, to read about their culture, to read about their reviews. So you should know about. Nidhi, maar khani hai? So you read about the company, okay? And when they say, why do you want this job, why do you want to work with that company, or why are you looking for a change, that's where you talk about the company. You say, I have read about this company, I've heard very good things about the company, this company has a very good reputation, I've heard good things about your work culture, that is why I want to work with your company. Talk about the role. This is where you need to know the job description and the KRAs, guys. So you talk about the role, and again, this is a good fit for me. You can use elements of storytelling, like my friend was telling me about this job. I heard about this job from my friend. He said, oh, I found a job which will be the perfect job for you. And then when I read the job description and KRAs, I knew, yes, this is the perfect job for me, because I have the right qualifications, I have the right skills, I have the right values according to your company. Do you guys know how? So this is basically the answer to everything, guys. This is why I told you in the beginning that if you're good at values and ethics, and if you know the job description and KRA, and you can fit it, that this is a good fit, this is like 90% of your answers for the interview. Yeah. Then when you talk about the company, you can talk about things From the interviewer's perspective, Arushi, when I was saying that from the interviewer's perspective, was it Arushi or was it somebody else who asked that whose perspective are you talking about? From an interviewer's perspective, guys, we want to hear things like, I want learning opportunities. I want exposure at the work. I want a healthy work environment. When you say, I want learning opportunities, I want exposure, it shows us that this person is hungry to learn. So you should say these things and talk about the USPs of the company. Say, your company is known for this. This is your company's USP. This is why you're famous. That's why I want to work for your company. Something like that. Vijay is saying, read job description, job role, company past and present history of company, and future goal of the company. Yes. So you can talk about all of this to answer this question, that why do you want to work with this company? Why do you want this job? Or why are you looking for a change? Okay guys, time हो गया है 8:10. तेजस को आ रही होगी, भूख लग रही होगी. is going to say something else, but chalo, bhook lag rahi hogi, and let's take a break, guys, because some of you will also attend my next session. So today, just for today, instead of 8:15, we will end right now. Yuvraj, do you have a question for me? I think his screen is frozen. मेरे को लगता है कितनी sweet smile है. अरे हो गया. Assignment नहीं है, guys. What I'll do is I will give you the projects assignment later. वो एक ही assignment होगा. For now, I am sharing the feedback link and the recording link with you. Okay, so I will just share that. Guys, this is the feedback form. वैसे पता है guys, वो same ही है. मतलब if you have the feedback form link once, it's the same every day. So I don't really need to share it every day. It's the same link every day. But ठीक है, since they just asked, I'm giving that. That is the feedback link, guys, and this is the recording link for today's session. If you want to go back and learn the answer again for something that we discussed, that's the recording link. Guys, does anybody have any questions? Any questions, guys?
Ma'am, how would your friend describe you in 3 words?
Oh, that's a very good question, Nidhi. Very good question. Again, Nidhi, here you can use values and ethics. My friend would describe me as somebody who's very honest, somebody who's very motivated, who's a team player. Choose any values and ethics, bolo, and then you should be able to back it up with examples. Same thing, huh? So like I said, guys, 90% of your answers will come from values and ethics and from the good fit. So work on that. Okay, guys, if you have any more interview questions, hold on to them. We'll discuss them in the next session, and I will also cover more interview questions in the next session. This is the feedback link and the recording link, guys. I will see some of you who are attending the language and accent session. I'll see you in the next session. And those of you who are not attending the next session, I'll see you on Thursday, which will be the last session for interview. Okay? Okay, guys. Bye-bye. See you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye, guys. Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am.